Aldi has upped the ante in the battle of the supermarkets, promising shoppers more discounts than ever before. Experts say whether you shop there or not, all consumers will benefit.
You're overpaying at other grocery stores. Not on everything, but on specific items. Double, sometimes triple what you should. For certain products, Aldi beats everyone so decisively that shopping anywhere else is throwing money away. 10 products you should only buy at Aldi, not sometimes, not when convenient, only stick around. Number 1 saves more money than the other 9 combined. Let's break this down. 10. Eggs. Eggs are where Aldi reveals how much other stores are overcharging you, and it's criminal. At Walmart, $3.49 to $4.29 for a dozen eggs. At Target, $3.79 to $4.49 for a dozen eggs. At Kroger, $3.99 to $4.99 for a dozen eggs. At Aldi, $1.99 to $2.49 for a dozen eggs. You're paying 40 to 60% more for identical eggs at other stores. Same USDA grading, same size classifications, same nutritional content. The chickens don't magically produce better eggs because you bought them at Kroger. Aldi's egg prices have remained remarkably stable even during inflation. While other stores raised prices 30 to 50%, Aldi increased maybe 10 to 15%. They have direct supplier relationships and lower overhead. They pass those savings to customers. The quality is identical. We cracked eggs from 4 stores side by side. Yolk color, white consistency, shell thickness, all the same. The $4.49 Target eggs didn't taste better or cook differently than the $1.99 Aldi eggs. One nutritionist explained, eggs are one of the most standardized products in grocery stores. USDA grading ensures consistent quality. Paying more doesn't get you better eggs. It gets you fancy packaging and corporate marketing. The eggs themselves are identical. The strategy is simple. Buy eggs only at Aldi. No exceptions. No, I'm already at Kroger, so I'll just grab eggs here. Make the trip. The savings are worth it. So eggs at Aldi save you over $200 per year. That's already significant. That's a month of streaming services or 2 tanks of gas. And you're probably thinking, okay, eggs are a great deal, but surely that's unique. Other staples can't have such dramatic price differences. Wrong, because what comes at number 9 shows even bigger savings, and it's something you buy multiple times per week. 9. Milk pricing at regular grocery stores is a scam designed to make you think you're getting a fair deal. You're not. At Walmart, $3.79 to $4.29 per gallon. At Target, $3.99 to $4.49 per gallon. At Kroger, $4.29 to $4.99 per gallon. At Aldi, $2.79 to $3.29 per gallon. You're paying $1 to $2 more per gallon everywhere else. For milk that comes from the same dairy regions, meets the same USDA standards, and tastes identical. Aldi's Friendly Farms milk is standard pasteurized, homogenized milk. Nothing special, nothing inferior, just milk, at a price that reflects actual costs instead of inflated retail margins. We did blind taste tests. 8 people, 4 milk samples from different stores. Nobody could consistently identify which was which. One person thought the Aldi milk tasted creamier. It was the Kroger milk. Another thought Target milk tasted fresher. It was Aldi. The milk is identical. The price difference is pure profit extraction by traditional grocery stores. One dairy industry consultant said, milk pricing at major stores factors in loss leaders, promotional strategies, and margin optimization. Aldi's pricing reflects actual production and distribution costs. They make money through volume and efficiency, not by overcharging on staples. Annual math. If you buy 2 gallons per week, average for a family, that's 104 gallons yearly. At Aldi, averaging $3.12. At Kroger, averaging $4.50, $468. You're wasting $156 per year on milk. Combined with eggs, that's $364 annually you're throwing away on 2 basic items. That's a car payment. That's a weekend trip. That's money you need. The only exception, Organic or specialty milk. Aldi's organic milk is still cheaper, but the price difference is smaller. For regular milk, there's no excuse to buy anywhere else. Milk and eggs, two foundational items. Two categories where Aldi beats everyone by margins that seem impossible, but we're just getting started with the staples. Because number 8 is something you buy constantly, use daily, and probably never thought about price comparing. And if you're already calculating how much money you've wasted, hit that like button and subscribe, because the savings ahead get even more dramatic. 8. Butter. Butter prices have exploded in recent years, except at Aldi, where they've remained suspiciously reasonable. At Walmart, $4.49 to $5.49 per pound. At Target, $4.99 to $5.99 per pound. At Kroger, $5.49 to $6.49 per pound. At Aldi, $2.99 to $3.99 per pound. You're paying 50 to 100% more for butter at regular stores for a product that's literally just churned cream. Same USDA grading, same butter fat content, same baking and cooking performance. Aldi's Countryside Creamery butter is standard American butter, 80% butter fat, salted or unsalted options. Nothing fancy, nothing different, just butter at honest prices. We used butter from all 4 stores in baking tests, made cookies, pie crust, and buttercream frosting. The results were identical. The $6.49 Kroger butter didn't make better cookies than the $2.99 Aldi butter. The texture, flavor, and melting point were indistinguishable. Because butter is butter, the USDA grade ensures consistency. Paying more gets you fancier packaging, not better butter. Add eggs at $208, milk at $156, and butter at $60. That's $424 per year saved on 3 basic items. We're not even at the good stuff yet. The strategy: never buy butter at regular grocery stores, ever. If you bake regularly, stock up at Aldi and freeze extra. Butter freezes perfectly for 6 to 12 months. 3 staples down. 3 categories where Aldi's pricing makes other stores look predatory. Eggs, milk, butter, the foundations of cooking and baking, all absurdly cheaper at Aldi. But these are commodity items, basic products where low prices make sense. What's coming at number 7 is different, because this category requires freshness, quality control, and proper sourcing. These are items where you'd expect premium stores to have an advantage. They don't. Aldi wins decisively. 7. Fresh produce, bananas, apples, peppers. Fresh produce is where Aldi destroys the competition so thoroughly that you'll be angry about every grocery trip you've made to other stores. Bananas, Walmart, 58 to 64 cents per pound. Target, 64 to 69 cents per pound. Kroger, 69 to 79 cents per pound. Aldi, 44 to 49 cents per pound. Apples, Walmart, $1.99 to $2.49 per pound. Target, $2.29 to $2.79 per pound. Kroger, $2.49 to $2.99 per pound. Aldi, $1.49 to $1.79 per pound. Bell peppers, Walmart, $1.29 to $1.49 each. Target, $1.49 to $1.79 each. Kroger, $1.69 to $1.99 each. Aldi, 89 to 99 cents is each. The price differences are staggering, and the quality is equal or better. Aldi's produce is fresh, properly stored, and turns over quickly due to high volume. We bought produce from all 4 stores on the same day, compared freshness, appearance, and longevity. Aldi produce lasted as long or longer than produce from premium stores. The bananas ripened at the same rate. The apples stayed crisp equally long. The peppers remained firm and fresh. There was no quality sacrifice for the lower prices. Annual savings on just these 3 items, assuming normal family consumption: bananas, $30 to $40 saved; apples, $60 to $80 saved; peppers, $40 to $50 save. Total $130 to $170 per year on 3 produce items. Multiply that across all produce purchases and you're saving $300 to $500 annually. That's significant money for identical or better quality. The exceptions, specialty produce or organic items, may have limited availability at Aldi, but for common produce, bananas, apples, peppers, onions, potatoes, lettuce, Aldi should be your only source. What's at number 6? Ventures into packaged goods. Products where branding matters, where people have loyalty, where you'd think premium stores would have better selection and competitive prices. You'd be wrong, because Aldi's private label strategy in this category is so effective that buying the name brand anywhere else is financially indefensible. 6. Cheese. Blocks and sliced cheese is where Aldi proves that private label products can match or exceed national brands at half the price. Block cheese, 8 ounces. Walmart, Kraft, $3.99 to $4.49. Target, Kraft, $4.29 to $4.79. Kroger, Kraft, $4.49 to $4.99. Aldi, Happy Farms, $1.99 to $2.49. Sliced cheese, 12 ounces. Walmart, Kraft, $4.49 to $4.99. Target, Kraft, $4.79 to $5.29. Kroger, Kraft, $4.99 to $5.49. Aldi, Happy Farms, $2.49 to $2.99. You're paying double for Kraft branding. The cheese quality is identical. Same melting properties, same flavor, same texture, annual savings. If you buy 2 packages of cheese per week, conservative for most families, that's 104 packages yearly. At Aldi, averaging $2.25, $234. At Kroger, averaging $5, $520. You're wasting $286 annually on branded cheese. Add to our running total $840 plus saved annually on eggs, milk, butter, produce, and cheese. We're not even halfway through the list. The strategy: buy cheese only at Aldi. Stock up when prices drop. Cheese freezes well for 3 to 6 months if properly wrapped. 5 categories dominated by Aldi. 5 examples of identical or better products at prices that make other stores look exploitative. And the pattern is clear now. Aldi wins on staples where quality is standardized and branding adds no value. But number 5 takes this into a different territory, because what's coming next is a category where people are brand loyal, where they swear their preferred brand tastes different, where they've bought the same product for decades. And Aldi's version is so good that it's converting lifelong loyalists. 5. Peanut butter. Peanut butter loyalty is real. People swear by Jif or Skippy. They've eaten it since childhood. They're convinced it tastes different. It doesn't. And Aldi proves it. Creamy peanut butter, 40 ounces. Walmart, Jif, $6.99 to $7.99. Target, Jif, $7.49 to $8.49. Kroger, Jif, $7.99 to $8.99. Aldi, peanut delight, $3.99 to $4.49. You're paying nearly double for Jif. For peanut butter that's made from the same peanuts, processed the same way, and tastes virtually identical. We conducted blind taste tests with 10 people who claimed brand loyalty. 5 couldn't identify which was Jif and which was Aldi. 3 preferred Aldi, described it as less sweet and more peanutty. 2 correctly identified and preferred Jif. The ingredient lists are nearly identical: peanuts, sugar, palm oil, salt. The texture is the same: creamy, spreadable, not separated. The flavor is indistinguishable to most people. One food industry insider revealed many store-brand peanut butters, including some at Aldi, are made in facilities that also produce name brands. They use the same peanut sources, same processing equipment, same quality control. The only difference is the label and price. Aldi's Peanut Delight consistently ranks in top-tier store brand peanut butter reviews. Food magazines have crowned it best value and closest to Jif in blind comparisons. The natural or organic exception. If you prefer natural peanut butter with just peanuts and salt, Aldi's options are also cheaper, but the price gap is smaller. Still worth buying at Aldi, but less dramatic savings. But we're transitioning now. The first 6 items were about staples and basics, common purchases where Aldi's efficiency creates unbeatable prices. The next 4 are different. These are categories where Aldi has developed specialty products that aren't just cheap alternatives. They're actually superior to what other stores offer. Number 4 is something you probably buy weekly, and Aldi's version is so good that food bloggers won't shut up about it. 4. Bread. L'Oven Fresh and specially selected bread is where Aldi's private label strategy reaches its peak. Their bread isn't just cheaper, it's often better than name brands. White or wheat bread, 20 ounces. Walmart. Wonder, $2.49 to $2.99. Target. Sara Lee, $2.79 to $3.29. Kroger, Private Selection, $2.99 to $3.49. Aldi, L'Oven Fresh, 85 cents to $1.29. Artisan Bread, Walmart, $3.99 to $4.49. Target, $4.29 to $4.79. Kroger, $4.49 to $4.99. Aldi, specially selected, $2.99 to $3.49. The basic bread savings, $1.50 to $2 per loaf, for bread that's fresh, soft, and stays fresh as long as name brands. We compared Aldi artisan bread to Panera and local bakery breads costing double. The Aldi bread had better crust, equal or better flavor, and superior texture. The only downside? Shorter shelf life because there are fewer preservatives. One food blogger wrote, "Aldi's specially selected artisan bread is my dirty little secret. I serve it at dinner parties and people ask which bakery I went to. When I say Aldi, they don't believe me. I've stopped telling people." The L'Oven Fresh basic bread is consistent and reliable. The specialty breads are legitimately impressive. Both are dramatically cheaper than competitors. Annual savings. If you buy 2 loaves per week, 1 basic and 1 specialty, that's 104 loaves yearly. At Aldi, averaging $2, $208. At competing stores, averaging $3.75, $390. You're wasting $182 annually on bread. And we're entering the top 3 now. These aren't just about savings. These are products where Aldi has achieved something remarkable. They've created private label items that are genuinely better than the premium alternatives. Number 3 is something you buy constantly. And Aldi's version has a cult following that borders on religious. 3. Coffee. Barissimo coffee is where brand loyalty dies at Aldi, because Barissimo coffee is so good that it converts people who've been buying Starbucks or Dunkin' for decades. Ground coffee, 12 ounces. Walmart, Folgers, $6.99 to $8.49. Target, Starbucks, $9.99 to $11.99. Kroger, Starbucks, $10.49 to $12.49. Aldi, Barissimo, $3.99 to $4.49. You're paying 2 to 3 times more for branded coffee, for coffee that's often lower quality than Aldi's Barissimo line. Barissimo isn't one coffee, it's a range. Colombian, donut shop, breakfast blend, dark roast, fair trade. Each is properly sourced, correctly roasted, and consistently good. We did blind taste tests with self-described coffee snobs. Barissimo versus Starbucks ground coffee. Most couldn't tell the difference. Several preferred Barissimo, described it as smoother and less bitter. The donut shop blend is smooth and balanced. The breakfast blend is bright and vibrant. The Colombian is rich and full-bodied. These aren't generic store-brand coffees that taste flat. These are properly developed coffees at discount prices. One coffee roaster explained, Aldi sources quality beans and roasts them properly. The profile development is solid. You're getting craft-level coffee at commercial prices. The Starbucks Premium is mostly branding. The coffee quality doesn't justify the price difference. America's Test Kitchen and Consumer Reports have both ranked Barissimo highly in store-brand coffee comparisons. It consistently places above major brands costing twice as much. Annual savings? If you buy coffee weekly, 1 bag per week for regular drinkers, that's 52 bags yearly. At Aldi, averaging $4.25, $221. At Kroger or Target, buying Starbucks averaging $11, $572. You're wasting $351 annually on branded coffee. We're in the top 2 now. And these aren't just about savings anymore. These are products where Aldi has created something genuinely special. Items that aren't just cheaper, they're better. Number 2 is a category where people spend absurd amounts of money because they think premium brands are worth it. And Aldi is about to prove they're not. 2. Wine, Winking Owl, and specialty selections. Wine is where Aldi exposes the biggest pricing scam in grocery stores. Because good wine doesn't require $15 to $30 bottles. It requires $3 to $8 bottles from Aldi. Winking Owl, 750 milliliters. Price, $2.95 to $3.49. Specially selected wine, 750 milliliters. Aldi, $6.99 to $9.99. Comparable wines at other stores, $12.99 to $24.99. Let's address Winking Owl first. At $2.95 per bottle, it's cheaper than most sodas, and it's shockingly drinkable. The Cabernet Sauvignon is smooth and fruity. The Pinot Grigio is crisp and refreshing. The Moscato is sweet, but not cloying. These aren't complex wines, but they're not offensive. For daily drinking or cooking, they're perfect. Wine critics have blind-tested Winking Owl against $10 to $15 wines. It consistently places in the middle. It's not winning awards, but it's beating wines costing 5 times more. We compared Aldi's specially selected Prosecco at $8.99 to La Marca Prosecco at $15.99. In blind taste tests, people split 50-50 on preference. Nobody could consistently identify which was which. The specially selected red blends from France and Spain consistently win awards at international wine competitions. These aren't budget wines pretending to be good. These are legitimately good wines at budget prices. Annual savings. If you buy 2 bottles of wine per week, conservative for regular wine drinkers, that's 104 bottles yearly. At Aldi, averaging $6 mixing Winking Owl and specially selected, $624. At regular stores, buying $12 to $15 bottles, $1,352. You're wasting $728 annually on wine, running total $2,151 saved annually on 9 products. We've crossed $2,000 in savings. That's 2 months of rent. That's a used car. That's life-changing money for many families. Wine drinkers who switch to Aldi-only wine purchasing can save $700 to $1,000 per year. That's not a trivial amount. That's a vacation. That's an emergency fund contribution. That's real financial impact. The number 1 item you should only buy at Aldi isn't the biggest saver. It's not the most frequently purchased, but it's the product that best represents why Aldi exists and why their model works. 1. Irish Butter, Countryside Creamery, the essential. This is it, the product that defines Aldi's value proposition. the item that made Aldi's reputation and continues to prove that premium quality doesn't require premium pricing. Irish butter, 8 ounces. Walmart, Kerrygold, $4.99 to $5.99. Target, Kerrygold, $5.49 to $6.49. Kroger, Kerrygold, $5.99 to $6.99. Aldi, Countryside Creamery, Irish, $2.99 to $3.49. Irish butter from grass-fed cows. Higher butter fat content of 82 to 84% versus 80% for American butter. Deeper yellow color from beta-carotene in grass-fed milk. Richer flavor, creamier texture. This is premium butter, the kind chefs prefer, the kind bakers seek out, the kind that makes everything taste better. Kerrygold pioneered the American Irish butter market and charges premium prices. Aldi delivers the same product, often from the same Irish dairies, for half the price. We did extensive blind comparisons, spread on toast, used in baking, made buttercream frosting. Most people couldn't consistently tell the difference. Several preferred Aldi's version, described it as less salty and more buttery. The color is identical, the texture is identical, the melting point is identical, because they're both Irish butter from grass-fed cows. The only difference is the packaging and price. Food bloggers won't shut up about Aldi's Irish butter. Reddit threads discuss it like it's life-changing. People who try it become evangelical. You have to try the Irish butter from Aldi. One pastry instructor said, "I teach professional baking. I tell students to use European-style butter for better results. I also tell them to buy it at Aldi because paying $6 for Kerrygold when Aldi sells equivalent butter for $3 is a waste of money. The results are identical, but the real value isn't financial, it's philosophical." The Irish butter proves that premium products shouldn't be gatekept by premium prices. Quality should be accessible. Aldi makes it accessible. Final total, $2,294 saved annually on 10 products. That's $191 per month. That's $44 per week. That's real, significant, life-changing money for switching 10 items to Aldi-only purchasing. If this guide saves you thousands of dollars per year or helps you understand where to shop strategically, hit that like button and subscribe. We're exposing the truth about grocery pricing at every major store so you never overpay again. Check out the video on your screen. We're revealing which products you should never buy at Aldi next, because not everything at Aldi is a winner. You need the complete picture to shop strategically.